All right, this is just gonna be a quick video on how to remove a door in your house. This happens to be a closet door, but the principle is the same. So there's a couple ways to do it. I need to remove this door because I need to trim the casing and I'm doing the flooring in here. And it's just gonna be easier to do this with the door out of the way. So the method most people probably have seen is you can unscrew the 3 screws on each of the hinges. And then remove the door with the full hinge attached. That can be a pain. It can also be a pain to put back together, especially depending on the type of door. If it's a solid core door, it's going to be heavy. You're going to have to try to balance it. So there's an easier method. I'm going to show you real quick and why I prefer this method. So I prefer this method because you can leave your door shut and your door will stay in place as you remove it. And that is tapping out your hinge bolts. So you have 3 hinge bolts that you can tap out. And the only tools you need are a hammer and a screwdriver. Get your flat tip up under the lip and then tap in with the hammer and tap the hinge bolts out. So go ahead and do that real quick. So I'm just gonna take my flat tip, and it doesn't take much unless you have a really rusted old hinge bolt. So a couple pops and it's already almost all the way out. I can pull the hinge bolt out. So I'm gonna pull all 3 out. All right, all 3 hinge bolts are out. And this is why I like this method so much, because if it is a heavier door or awkward, because it's latched and shut, right? If I were to remove all the screws from the hinges inside, the door's open, you have to balance it, the screws can strip, especially if it's a heavier door. The door stays put, and then when you're ready to move it, just release the knob, open the door, and it comes right off your hinges. And then I can move it. Actually, this is a hollow core door, so it's not as heavy. Yeah, so all we did was knock the hinge bolt up out and removed it. To reinstall it's just as easy. Again, reinstalling is hard when you do the screws because you have to balance the door on your foot and try to line these up and get all the screws started, and the door's wanting to sag the whole time. Here, when I put the door back in, all I do is, again, line it back up, line these 2 into here, and latch it, and it holds the door in place as I just put the hinge bolts back in and tap them back down with a hammer on all 3. So yeah, just a quick tip on how to remove an interior door. That's the method I use 9 times out of 10. It's faster, easier to manage, especially if you have a heavier door or working by yourself. So hope this tips help. Thanks for watching.